exclamation point. Yes.
Right. And when those things come up, sometimes we need superpowers to help us be like, okay, I know this is coming up because I'm making a big step, but here I need to draw from my love of that vision and my passion of that vision to help me just be like, okay, I'm blowing this away. I'm stepping forward. I'm going to do whatever it takes so that I can get to that next step. And that's where it's so important to know what that vision is and know where your heart and your body is with that vision so that it can help you move forward even when things are a little difficult.
Right, right. Yes, I love it. It reminds me of Napoleon Hill. I believe it's Napoleon Hill who talks about having that burning desire. Because when you
Yeah.
don't have that burning desire, every little obstacle that gets in the way, it's so easy to just quit. But when it's just
Yeah.
so in the core of you, like, oh, it just brings me so much life thinking about this. And we feel so expanded when we're thinking about that, that it's just like, yep, I have that motivation to keep moving forward and to find the solution to whatever problem or obstacle is in my way. And usually that problem or obstacle usually ends up lending a hand, being a benefit to the thing that we're wanting instead of thwarting us if we can change our thinking around that. So wonderful. I love that. I love that you guys teach this. That's phenomenal. Now, is that the year-long program where you're teaching this,
Uh,
the Accelerator
well,
Code?
the Success Accelerator Code is actually a 5-week online course. So,
Oh,
so we're actually starting one soon and then we'll be doing it more often this year. So we're very excited about it. And it's kind of a deep dive, a quick deep dive, really. We're able to get in there and, get people to access what the deepest desires that they have and then be able to show them really quick ways of clearing stuff out and just moving that energy through so that they can just keep moving on towards their goals and having the success they desire.
yeah. Wow. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. How long have you guys been doing this program, the Success Accelerator Code?
Well, actually, this is our new program.
Oh, okay.
And we're really excited about it. Yeah, we're actually doing our pilot. We're launching in just the end of March 2020. And we're going to be continuing to, up level it and get a lot of wonderful input. We have some incredible partners working with us on it. And, just moving forward. In the past, we've had a program called the Ultimate Self-Healing System, and that was a 7-week program, right? And it a little more body-based, and that both of these feed into our year-long program where we really just keep helping people to do the deep dive and get those questions answered and clear out chronic disease in their body as well.
Right. Right. And it's one of the things that I've discovered from from being a student of other teachers and from being a teacher or a coach with other clients that, 5 weeks is great and 7 weeks is great. And sometimes people get it and they're off and running. But I know for me, it's like year after year after year after, because I got a whole bunch of stuff that needs to be worked on
Right.
and cleaned out and reprocessed. And yeah, and it seems to me that the people that stay in the study and stay in that training and are doing the year-long process, that their results are just they're skyrocketed because you're in it all the time. It's because I think when I have a 5-week, and I'm not saying anything bad about your course at all, but I know for myself that I've done 5 weeks, 6 weeks, half a year, and it's like, oh, and I keep thinking, oh, in this much time I'm going to be done. But in a year, it feels like this is my life. I'm taking this on. This is something that's so important to me because I want my life to change. I want it to be so much better. And many times people,
Absolutely.
right, just start off with little bite-sized pieces, and then it's just like, oh, I need the deep dive. Let me get in because I got a taste of this, and I'm not letting go now. I need to know everything. Teach me everything you
Ex-
got. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, we are all so busy, and sometimes it takes okay, well, let me dip in and see if this works for me, and if it does, great, then I'm all in, and so that it's like an introduction, but it has the whole processes. And so I'm with you. The people that have been in our year-long program have had just amazing results and job changes and more salary and much higher life satisfaction, love satisfaction, straightening out their relationships and, really going in a direction that's better for them in their work. I mean, it's really, and you're absolutely right. You get a taste and you get the processes and really start integrating. But that's why we also have live events so people can come and, come for the weekend and be like, oh, here's real integration at moment by moment, 3 days of integration of this, so that they can really feel it. And with almost all of our programs, we offer a free healing session with them so that people can have an immediate healing relief, immediate transformation to some of their issues that are holding them back so that they can really jumpstart their process. So it's a cool thing, but I agree with you, our year long is just, people have had a great time and it's really fun and so interesting, the transformation that people see.
Oh man, absolutely, absolutely. And when it's fun, it just makes it that much more fun to be there and doing it because it's fun, and
Yeah.
we crave that fun. Oh,
Yeah.
and I just cannot even believe that we are running out of time again. Telling me there's somebody speeding up my clock. Be, oh my goodness, because we've covered a lot of stuff, and so some people you may need to go back and listen to it a couple of times to really get all of this information because there's a lot of great stuff in here. And I'm just
Mm.
wondering, as we're wrapping all of this up, two things. One, do you have any parting words for the listeners?
We talked about this a little bit in the first part. And what I always aim for in every moment is to be here now.
Mm, yeah.
Just be right here, be present to the moment, not in the past, not in the future, right here, right now, and let yourself come from that space. So there
Yeah.
you go.
I love it because that's where the majority of people do not spend their time. And it is the only thing that we have is this moment. We don't have the
Yes.
future and the past, it's gone. So yes, it's powerful. And it's one of those simple things that is so powerful. So practice that. Just be in this moment now, especially if you're in a trying moment.
Yes.
Antonia spoke deeply about this in part one, and it's profound. It's profound how your life changes from that. So, Antonia, I know that you have a gift for the community. Can you share that with us?
Yes, ma'am. It's called the Switch Peak Productivity on Demand. And it's a very easy, quick 3-step process that'll help you move out of procrastination or stress or overwhelm and be able to quickly get back to that important work that you're doing. So it's just an easy process that'll take you from, up set to moving forward. And you guys have that download, and you can also find it at our website, which is Self Health Institute and / /the switch.
The switch. Awesome. And that information will be available on the website. So it will all be typed out. There will be a link to it. So don't worry at all if you missed that. You'll be able to download it. And I know that I'm downloading it right away. So thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for offering that. It's so generous of you. And I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. And I know that the listeners will benefit greatly from that, as well as part 1 and part 2 on this beautiful podcast with you. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Antonia. Thank you for your time, for your wisdom, for sharing, and being here with us and doing the beautiful work that you do and changing the world one body talk at a time. I love it.
Thank you so much for having me. What a joy and what a pleasure to be in conversation with you on your beautiful podcast.
Oh, well, I am so touched. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wonderful. I'm grateful, and thank you so very much for being here. And I know I'm the worst wrapper-upper in the world, so it's like 2-minute goodbyes. So thank you, and I will be in touch with you, Antonia, and listeners, all of Antonia's information on the show notes, and that will also be at the website. So don't worry if you missed any of that. And be sure that you do download the switch, because I'm excited to see what that's all about. So until next week, listeners, thank you so very much for being here. And Antonia, thank you again for being here. And much love to all.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thank you for spending time with us today. Please go to nadahogan.com for show notes and other information you can use right away. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to our show, and don't forget to rate and review right there on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you get your shows. And don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week.